create the bling. Now we got to put it into motion on this beautiful girl. Don't you love Leah's new hair? I do. It's just my favorite. Okay, so I'm going to pick up one of my favorite rainbow cakes. This one is Dazzle. And pick up my water bottle. And I'm just going to spritz it. Just like that. The neons sometimes require just a little bit more water than the others. So then I just load up my sponge, rubbing it back and forth. Want to make sure that you have all the colors on your sponge. And then I'm just going to gently place it over the eyes. Just like that, getting these colors nicely blended in there. Look at how beautiful those look. So what I do on one side, I'm going to just do on the other side. Again, laying it down on that angle, tapping, kind of pressing it down. Don't worry if you get a little extra in the corners of the eyes. Then I'm just going to take this same sponge right here, kind of lay it on its side and bounce it just like that too, because you want to add some color right underneath the eyes. And the same thing here. I love the color to pop. For me, that's like one of my favorites. What I'm going to do is just kind of give it a little bit of a twist, since I don't have my butterfly sponge with me. And I'm just going to be pressing down to get that color right inside of there. And the same thing on both sides, just like that. Okay, so that'll be kind of like where we're going to place our gem. If you haven't heard, we are launching our new line of paint pal brushes. Look at these beautiful pink handles. So these are in my final stages, just making sure that I love the tip, the silver, the pink on them. I wanted to make sure that they were working perfectly, so I'm going to use them in this design. So once the background is dry, all I'm going to do is take my gem. This is the one that I created, and I'm just going to take a little bit of this glimmer glue, and I'm going to apply it directly to the back. And just like when you're applying your glitter tattoos, you want to make sure that you kind of blow on it. Wait till it builds up a little bit of a tackiness before you apply it directly to the skin. That way it's going to stick its best. So I just make sure that it's kind of in its glue form, and then I'm going to glue it directly in the middle. Hold it for a moment, just like that, on this custom bling piece that I made. So now that it's kind of there, now all I have to do is just have fun, use my teardrops, play around with it, because that gem piece just makes such a statement. So this is one of my, sorry, you see all the white. This is one of my new favorite stencils. I think it's brand new because someone dropped it on my desk, but I love it. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of white on my sponge. Not too much. You don't want to go too heavy. And then I'm just going to take these fun shapes, and I'm just going to just press them in right inside of there. I love the way that they look, kind of like fireworks. And it eliminates me having to do a lot more work and line work anywhere else when you have these nice stencils right there. And then I'm going to pick up, so now from here I'm just going to do a series of swirls. So I'm going to start off in this little dip right here and make a swirl coming out. So I start off very, very straight on my brush, press, finish off with a little dot, come out from this little curve right here, press, come around on a curve and make that little dot right there. Then I'm just going to bring in some teardrops right in there to frame it, and then maybe right from here make some smaller ones as well to frame it. Then what you're going to want to do is, since we're connecting it to the crown, you have some choices. You can just add dots to finish it up to the top of your crown right there to connect it, or you can connect it with another set of swirls. Either way, it's up to you. So if I was going to connect it with another swirl, I would just swirl and then maybe bring in some teardrops as well. So you have two different choices. So now, just from right down here, I'll mirror it with a little bit of teardrops right under the bridge, right there. And then even if you feel that you could add a little bit more, I might add some dots, just framing this jewel to really make it pop more than anything else. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay down my brush and bring in a series of teardrops. So I'm going to press, make sure it gets thinner as I'm coming into her eyes, her eyebrows. So press and twist to the tip, press and twist, just like that. And you want to bring them down right in between the corners of the eyes, just like that. And then all I'm going to do in this area, I'm going to mimic what I did on her forehead. So from the corner of her eye, I'm going to swirl, make that little dot, and bring that swirl again, a double swirl, just to connect that pattern. So again, from the corner of this eye, swirl, press, finish off with that little dot, and then come right off that swirl and finish it off. And now just to balance it out, since I have some of these teardrops in other places, maybe I'll add a few, just getting smaller in there. But because I have those kind of pinwheels right inside here, you don't have to do too much. That's one of my favorite parts about it. So I saw a little bit of extra space inside of here, so I just brought this up, did another swirl, and then press and lifted it, and the same thing on this side. Swirl, press, and lift. So now all I have to do is just finish off with my favorite part.
Glitter and lipstick.
That's right. Even she gets excited about it at this point. So now I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this magenta pink, because glitter and lipstick for me are like my favorite part. They just kind of finish up the job. So I am just applying a little bit of lipstick for her. Just like that. Because that just goes voila. And
Glitter.
glitter. Whoop, whoop. And then I'm just kind of dabbing it in there, just like that. Okay, so the cool thing about a design like this is that you don't even really need bling to make it this fabulous, but for me, it's such a present that I can give each kid to take home with them. This beautiful, beautiful kind of individual, unique stone that they really can't get anywhere else if you're the one creating it. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. You can have a lot of fun with designs like this, and it's really good for those people who need to practice their teardrops and their strokes. Look at these strokes. Simple. There's two colors that I used. I used a rainbow cake and I used white. So there's no reason you can tell me that you can't do this. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my bling tutorial and on my beautiful girl Leah. Stay tuned for lots more, and make sure you check out my websites, Paint Pal, Silly Farm, Baba TV. There's so much learning. Just make sure that you keep in touch with me. Have a great day, guys.